morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to try out before you a fish head curry but using gourd, or what we call Laur in Assamese or lauki in Hindi. And of course I'll also be using the other ingredients which will give the thickness to my gravy. Now, whenever we talk about the head part of the fish, in Assam, this is tried out in many different ways and at different varieties that we can use this particular, the head of the fish, and it comes out so yummy and delicious. So this is just one of the few, one of the many recipes that we can really work out with the head of the fish, which comes out really good. Now I'd like to dedicate this particular recipe of mine to one of my best friends there, Rosaline Joseph, who had requested me far away from Kerala that why don't you prepare the lauki and gourd Murighonto, right? Lauki or gourd plus the head of the fish head curry in gourd. So I thought, let me dedicate this recipe to her and let me work it out for her so that she as well as all of you might try out this particular recipe. So here I have taken a head of one big fish, but the secret is that you need to use some flesh also of the meat, of the fish. That means not only the head, apart from that some more pieces of fish you can add in so that it will make the gravy more spicier and juicier. What I've done is that I have taken the head of the fish and smeared it with turmeric or haldi powder and salt, only 2 ingredients, and then I fried it in, of course, mustard oil. Then I kept it ready there. Apart from that, what I have done is that I have taken a big piece, I think this long piece of gourd or lauki, and then I have shredded and kept it. Now we need to work very fast. It catches color very fast and gets a little dark in there. I have also taken 1 potato or aloo and I've shredded it just like I have shredded the gourd there. Here I have taken 1 cup of almost here around 3 handfuls of this is the Moong Dal, and I have dry roasted it in a pan without any oil. I will also be needing for the spices here. We have 3 big heaped teaspoons of cumin or jeera powder, 1.5 teaspoon of cumin, or this is jeera gutti, the seeds there. And I will also be needing, this is the kal jeera that we use in the Bengali cuisines. Normally we go in for this spice which is known as the kal jeera there. I will also be needing 1 bay leaf and 1 red chilli. Now I would like to tell here that when we as children, in my childhood I remember that my mom used to make this curry, but it used to be only based on the kal jeera and the cumin. But now with the changing times, we want it a little more spicier. So I've added my own, the dry spices here. So I have used here 2 teaspoons of meat masala and 1.5 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chilli powder, just to give that beautiful red color on my dish, which will, as I always tell you, the color always tempts you to eat it, right? So apart from that, I have taken here 2 big onions or piyaj, and I've chopped it into small irregular pieces there. And here I have around 15 pods of garlic, which I've again made into small pieces, and around 2 inches of ginger. This also has been chopped there into cubes, little cubes there. And of course the entire cooking will be done in mustard oil, because after all, when we talk about making fish in Assam, we do it in mustard oil. The flavor of the mustard oil blends with the fish. That is this I'm using rohu fish, which is a freshwater fish there. It will really merge into each other and it will be a burst of flavors there. So let us get going there. So here I'm trying to be economical. I have put the karai on flame with the oil in which I had fried the heads of the fish. And here I have around 2.5 tablespoons of oil there. And some dishes feel good and taste good to your tongue if you have a little bit of oil there. Okay, so I'm just putting in some grains of sugar. I guess you know why. Because I want the color of my gravy to be rich and nice there. And while that comes up, the sugar comes up, I'm going to put in the bay leaf and one red chili there. And of course, now I'm going to put in the cumin seeds or the jeera guti. Okay. And immediately, of course, the kal jeera or the black cumin there, and the onion, then all the other, the garlic and the ginger, and give it a nice stir. Now, whenever we talk about, at least for me, when I talk about Bengali cuisine, I always have this feeling they'll use this black cumin or the kal jeera. You know, because of that, and I associate it mentally with the Bengali food. But surprisingly, even we in Assam use a lot of kal jeera. So here, now this is what's happening here. Here is that all the onion and the garlic and the ginger are cooking up nicely, and I do not want them to burn. So now I'm going to put in the spices, all of them there. Now, this is the cumin or the jeera powder. This is the meat masala there. And of course, the last thing there is the red chili powder. I've also put in the red chili powder. Now I'm going to put in the dal there, which I had actually dry roasted. It is moong dal, which I have dry roasted. So I'm going to really fry it properly. And along with that, I'll also give in the potato, which I had shredded. So these two, let me fry very nicely and let it coat itself. All of them, let them coat themselves in this beautiful mixture, or in fact the spicy mixture of meat masala. Then we have cumin powder, then we have the red chili powder, all of them coming together, blending into each other, and let me stir it constantly so that nothing sticks on the bottom. Of course, now I need to put in my bit of haldi, or the dash of color as I call it. So just, I think 1.5. People in my house do not like a lot of haldi, too much of haldi. They get a smell of the haldi powder. So I try to avoid too much of it. I just wanted just the subtle color of haldi, you know, merging with all the other colors and contributing to this beautiful, unique color of splash of colors of all the masalas coming together. Alright, now I need to mention here that when I had dry roasted the moong dal, I did not at first wash it. I just dry roasted and then I washed it. Now when you dry roast, you need to have 1 or 2 black ones there, because that gives you the feeling of, I have no idea, but it's lovely feeling there, of roasted moong dal. So now this is getting done. I'll put in the gourd. Alright, this is gourd or the lauki there. And now we'll try to fry in the lauki also, along with all the spices there. Right. Once I blend them into each other, right, so that they almost become like an homogeneous mixture there, I will put in the salt. So just let me blend each of them into each other. And now I can do is that, yes, I'll put in the salt. The salt, normally what I do is I spread it all around, and then I get the feel of, well, alright, the salt is fine. And then of course, as I always tell, we keep it in the lower side. We can always give the salt later. But once the salt is more, it really touches onto your tongue and you do not love the feel of salt in your tongue there. So let me do one thing now. Just reduce the heat a bit and let it cook covered for say 2-3 minutes. In between, however, I need to stir it like this so that it doesn't stick onto the bottom. So this has been cooking on for 3 minutes now. So let me just try. The spices have come together and we have almost a homogeneous mixture there, right? So, and because we fried it in the oil in which I had already fried my pieces of fish head, therefore the flavor will also get into this particular mixture there. So now is the time when I will put in hot water. But I guess I can do one more thing. I just put in the head of the fish there first and try to again mix all of them together, so that once I give the water, it will all blend beautifully. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to mix all of them together. This is what I'm doing there. And now I will just cover it up for 2 minutes or so, and in slow flame. Alright, so this is how it looks. It has been cooking for 3-4 minutes now and merging with each other. So now I'll put in, I just remove this. I get scared with the look of this dry chili there. Once I put water, it really becomes very, very hot. I'm putting in hot water there. Just enough to cover it, and I'll again let it simmer, and then I will put in again. But now at present, just to cover the fish heads, I am going to just cover it up and increase the flame and let it really blend into its flavors. All the flavors together will come together because I put in hot water. And once it's almost dry, then I'll put in my second time the hot water, which will give me the curry of this fish head. Okay, now this has been cooking. See, it's almost dried out there. Yeah. Now we're going to again put in enough water so that for the second boil there. So again hot water in. This is what we'll do. Just remove this thing. Now we're talking about fish head curry. Normally in places like Assam and Bengal, we have the fish head and the steamed rice, and we prefer having it like that only, without much of many other vegetables around. So because then we can really savor the dish properly, I guess. So we're going to just cover it and keep it for some more time, say 4-5 minutes, and let it again, let the gravy become thick. This has been cooking on for almost 6-7 minutes there. See, there's a full boil there, and this wonderful color that is coming because of this yellow turmeric there. And then we have, the red chilli powder, everything coming together here. So we're not breaking down totally these head pieces, because if you have kids at home, they really don't like all the bones that catch on into their mouth. There is just slit open a green chili and put in for that dash of heat there. Now I'm going to check in for the salt there. I think I need this much of consistency if I'm talking about having it with steamed rice without any dal there. You should have tasted it today. It's so lovely. The salt is perfect. In fact, you can already guess whether the salt is perfect with the color of your curry. If this color of the curry would have been a little, dull, I would have known that the salt isn't well. Now all I need to do is that just give in a dash of, so this is 1.5 teaspoon of desi ghee before I take it down. And my Gourd curry, fish head curry, Gourd fish head curry is ready to be served. That's my fish head curry, and let me put in that, the green color there with the coriander, which will give the fresh feel to my curry. So this is my fish head curry for you. I hope you like it. This is fish in gourd, or gourd as we call it, and it's going to be really spicy and yummy. With best it goes with steamed rice. So do try this recipe of mine and give a like if you like it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching.